Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about Intellia becoming the most valuable company in genome editing. In all of the companies right now in this space, Intellia is now the most valuable in terms of market cap. Now, before we talk about this, guys, like this video, smash that like button, destroy that like button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, really helps this channel. If you haven't subscribed, guys, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. We have reached 600 subscribers as of today. So thank you very much for support, guys. I really appreciate it. I love you all. For everyone that is supporting this channel, leaving comments, feedback. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. This community appreciates this. So I want to talk about Intellia here. So obviously over the weekend they published their latest data, their first data for phase 1 clinical trial for NTLA 2001 program, which is an in vivo gene editing approach, the first of all genome editing companies. And obviously, we saw on Monday they were up 50%. Yesterday, they were up double digits. And now, today, as we speak, this is on Wednesday, so the third straight trading day, they are up 21% as we speak, guys. This is unheard of. This is not just a few $1 million market cap company. We are now looking at a company worth over $12 billion in market cap, and this is now allowing this company to now become the most valuable company in market size cap in the genome editing space. So they have surpassed CRISPR Therapeutics, and there's obviously Beam Therapeutics, Editas, um, and other companies, but behind them, right behind Intellia in terms of market cap. What does this mean? What can we make out of this? So again, if you watch our previous video from yesterday, you we basically reiterated the fact that we are so early in the space, right? We are in the 80s era of computing, right? If you want to make a parallel with the computing internet industry with what's going on in genomics, gene editing. So we are so early, and to see this change, basically see Antilia flip CRISPR Therapeutics in terms of market size cap, I think it's quite expected to see that in a company like Intellia. They have great leadership. They have executed right their in vivo gene editing approach, phase 1 clinical trial data. They have also adopted an ex vivo approach a couple of years ago, obviously in one of their programs, and then recently they adopted the base editing technology. No one really know what's going to happen with the whole Beam Therapeutics licensing patent situation, but it is what it is. But this leadership is for real. They are executing. They prove for the first time in human history that in vivo on humans for the 3 patients with high dosage actually work well over 80% in average, 87% reduction in TTR proteins. So we know this works by knocking out the TTR gene, and we know that we can eradicate that disease with in vivo for those 3 patients on that dosage level, and they plan on increasing the dosage level anyways. So without going too much into technical details, right? This is quite a historic day. I think this was quite expected for many people in this field. What I do want to mention is on Monday, there were a couple of discussions on different social media platforms, whether that's on Reddit or Twitter. A lot of people were saying, well, it's not a time to buy Intellia. Is you should trim your positions and so on. And honestly, since then, if you think about it, if you sold on 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 Monday, right? You basically left almost 50% growth, right? Let's say you sold it just a little bit after the closing. You've lost almost 45% of potential growth, right, since then. And that's in less than 48 hours, guys. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. We are so early. I think it's completely unreasonable to tell people to trim their position or to sell. Again, this is not financial advice. We will never provide financial advice, but I expect other people in this field to also not provide financial advice. I think it's completely premature to tell people, hey, the growth is priced in, you should sell right away. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just showing you guys the facts here, and obviously past performance does not reflect future performance, but food for thought, right? Food for thought. If you've done your research, if you have conviction, strong conviction, you should be in a position to hold for the long term. This is what genome editing companies are all about. Again, guys, we're just in phase 1, first set of clinical trial data for Intellia, what happens when phase two gets triggered? What happens when you get data? What happens when FDA approves CTA-001 from CRISPR Therapeutics? So there's so much potential coming. We are so early. Again, I know it feels like I'm repeating this mantra here. We're so early with genome editing, with genomics, but that's the whole point, right? This is what I'm trying to teach and educate our viewers, our audience, that we are so early. I know when you guys see this jump, this crazy jump, even today, it's a little bit, overwhelming because you're thinking, oh, maybe it's going to crash now by 40% because what goes up so quick will go down just as quick. But in reality, guys, it is up for a reason. Institutions are coming in. And I was looking at several videos from CNBC yesterday night, and it covered obviously Intellia's growth 50% on Monday. And the analysts on CNBC, I respect them and I appreciate the fact that they covered the company, right, and genome editing just in general, but they really don't know what genome editing is, right? And I think some people even call it gene therapy, which gene therapy is not genome editing. So I mean, these analysts, you can't really blame them, right? They see is the ticker stock symbol, and all they see is percentage and numbers, right? They don't really understand the tech. They don't really understand how big this is. They don't really understand the total addressable markets. In fact, I don't think anyone understands the total addressable markets, right? And running through polls, running through surveys, it's pretty clear the biotech is here to stay. This is the next frontier for the upcoming decades. And Tilia basically becoming the most valuable company today really resonates on the idea for many investors that the tech really does matter, in vivo, ex vivo. Although I am the one, and I'm the first one to say that we shouldn't be focused on in vivo, ex vivo, it's still pretty interesting to see institutions favoring this company because they're all about in vivo. Obviously, in vivo is adding the gene directly in the liver cells, which means that you don't have to extract the cell, you don't need to have a facility to extract, to deliver, and all these processes. So you reduce delays, reduce costs. But ultimately, there are some use cases for ex vivo as well. And obviously, we talk about accuracy, we talk about efficiency, quality control, quality assurance. But that's another topic for another day. So big news, guys. Intellia becoming the most valuable company. I know I've been covering this company a lot this week, but I think it is a new era we are entering in genome editing. I truly believe CRISPR Therapeutics is going to make a space on its own. I mean, this company is up 11% today. So it is what it is, guys. This is a huge news for the day. A huge victory for all shareholders in Intellia, Therapeutics, Beam Therapeutics, Editas, and all these new companies. Also, by there's also a Repair Therapeutics. It's a Montreal. There's a company based. It is based in US, but they have a facility in Montreal, actually near where we used to work when we went back in the office. That's interesting. But there's also the Biograph, the company Graphite. That's another company here in the gene editing space. And then there's obviously other companies that ARK Invest also buy almost daily. There's that Singapore company, and there's the Pluritism or something along those lines company. So new players are entering the space. Look out for these new players. Look out for these opportunities. But again, guys, we are so early. I really would suggest against anyone telling and trying to advise people to sell or to trim their positions. And that's not saying that I'm not saying that just because I'm a shareholder or because I want, to hold it for the long term. I'm truly generally saying that for you guys. Do your own research, take your own decisions, try to make your own informed decision. But again, we are not giving you financial advice. Do your own research. So thank you very much for watching. Big news today. Great times for genome editing. This is a great week for everybody, for all shareholders. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comments here and below. What do you guys think about Intellia becoming the most valuable company? Like this video if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see each other tomorrow in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Thank you.